Well, hello there, and welcome to the Sloppy Modeler. Having just finished up the Convair nuclear exploratory vehicle, decided to move on to something a little more fun. Definitely something that you can play around with. This comes from Last Exile, the Silver Wing Vanship. It's a 1/72nd scale Vanship with steam bomb plastic model kit. Here's your steam bomb, and I don't think I've ever seen this maybe in later episodes or seasons, but I've never seen it in play. We're going to go ahead and put it on there. You can do a couple of 2 or 3 different versions of this, and we'll show you when we open it up on the decals there. But you can do a couple versions of this. We're going to do what's called Tatiana's Vanship, and hers is a red one. I'm going to do it in red. It does come with some incredible decals, so this here is a very cool gold and silver decal, and essentially what this is a water slide decal, but then they've also got decals here that would go on the fantail of it. Same thing here with going on to the wheel spats. And then this kit, and I've pulled up a lot of the details from it, you've got a couple of guns that are here and here, 2 headlights, 1 on each side, and then these are marker lights. And then I actually have some additional details that show that right here is a marker light that is green on one side, red on the other, with a split through the center. So I'm not sure how or if I'm going to do that one. But this is what the Vanship looks like. This is Tatiana's Vanship. Again, a simple 2-man flying craft, very steampunkish, if you will, and it definitely has this anime look to it. It's not sure how it flies. It flies on its own power system, but it generates steam in some way. It does come with a couple of pilots, or pilot and a navigator, and it's got a really fairly detailed interior along with a fairly detailed set of gauges, which I hope to backlight with this. And I'm going to light this kit, and the lighting I'm going to do, and let's go back to the front of it here. Again, I'm going to do that, the 4 headlights in the front, the 2 marker lights, so that's 6 lights up front. This marker light here, red and green in the back, and we'll figure that out as we come to it. And then I'm going to do 2 interior lights, just 2 only, like one pasted here that will backlight this, backlight that right there, which is the instrument panel, and backlight that instrument panel, and also should light up the characters or the pilots that are in there. And then the rest of this is just kind of work in paint and plastic. And then I'm not sure on the base, but I think I'm going to do something similar to my NEV. And this is kind of a base that I think will be just about the right width. If I look at that kit, I'm right there at it. It might be just a touch narrow. We'll just have to see, and it might be just a touch long, but I think we're good in the long run. The kit itself, it is molded in color. You've got 3 sprues here. One is a burgundy, one is a gray, dark gray, and then a really light gray here for the pilots are in those sprues. And then you've got additional clear parts. You've got a bit of a stand here, and then there's also a stand that goes up underneath to set this if you're going to do this just on its own landing gear kind of thing. And then the decals, as I mentioned, and this I'm not thrilled with. They were just in there exposed, so that's a good way to get them scratched up and tore up. But this is Tatiana's Vanship. Here are those black and gold, or I'm sorry, gold and black and silver details that are really fantastic. And then the wheel spats here, and some additional striping, and then all of this text, which I think is Cyrillic, Russian Cyrillic, if I'm not mistaken, which is kind of interesting that they would do Cyrillic on a Japanese anime, and then it's done in Japanese. When I watch it on YouTube, it's Japanese voices speaking Japanese with English subtitles. And so this is a Hasegawa kit, and it's again 1/72nd scale, and it's got quite a bit of complexity to it by the time you're all said and done. It's not just a simple snap kit. You're definitely going to be paint, primer, drilling, and so forth. And to come back to it now, to the interior directions here, here's how the interior goes together. The underside goes to, I'm sorry, the upper side goes together with these wheel spats here. I'm sorry, with winglets. And then this top pops down. So I think what I've got there, hopefully, looks like I can do this light here and that light there with wiring. I'm sure I can run wiring out to there, and we've got quite a bit of space in through all of this space here for the wiring for the front end. The back end is only going to be one wire or maybe two wires coming in for the two lights, a red and a green light. But it's the front end, so there's a total of 6 lights across the front, and then 3 in the back, 1 in each of these and 1 down here. So there's room in there. It looks like there's room in there to do it. And then the undercarriage here, you've got the engines. These are technically the engines, and these are like almost parse tubes or something along that line. And then the wheels go together with rolling landing gear. This is where it might be a bit of a challenge, is that landing gear is going to have lights in it. And so getting it from there in through to the struts and onto the wing tips and then back out to where we're going to run power might be a bit of a challenge. The steam bomb is absolutely no problem whatsoever. Just put that together. And then of course you've got a couple of windshields and the front figurehead, which is kind of a flying arrow there. Kind of very, very cool. This kit does give you 2 different color schemes, and I'm going to be working off of this color scheme right here, the red, and it's dark gray, almost leaning towards olive for this here stand, and then a light gray for the wing tips or winglets, and then the same, looks like the same gray for the engine there, and then you've got your decal placements from there. So this is my my next kit. It's the Hasegawa 1/72 scale Last Exile Vanship, and hopefully this won't take me too long, but there's some intricacies, and it's going to be the wiring and setting all that up. You can see how nice that these wheel spats look with that decal, 2 decals rather, the white one and then another one stacked on top of it, the wing tips. You can see here the light, and then these, I'm not sure if these are ports or what exactly they are, but I've seen a couple of guys online do some neat things there. And then this is a double stacked decal here, again with the red base body, white, and then this logo on it. Now this one doesn't have the side logo, so I'm gonna have to see how all that comes together, but I think it looks like a fun kit. I think it's going to be pretty exciting to do, and I think it's going to be a challenge with the lighting, but we will go from there. So this is the introduction to the Vanship from the Sloppy Modeler. We will get this up online and let you take a look at it, but we appreciate your viewership. I appreciate the fact that you could be anywhere in the world watching anything else, but you spent it here with me. So that's very exciting. This is the awkward part where I ask you to like and subscribe and to hit that notification bell. But honestly, that's how YouTube works, and that's how a channel grows. So from now, this is Sloppy Modeler signing off, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you.